Hello, my name's Jim, and this is my mom, Carol Marie, and she taught me how to patch blue jeans. And now I'm going to go over some points and show you how to patch patches on ripped blue jeans.
Hello.
All right, thanks, Mom. You can go ahead and sit down over there. Okay, I've written up a few pointers here about patching blue jeans. And first thing, you make sure you pin your patches on. If you don't pin them, there's just no way to hold them in position and do the way the fabric all bunches up. It just won't work. I mean, I tried it before pinning them and it just doesn't work. There is one case where I don't pin them, but any large patch you have to pin it in position or you never get a good patch on. Make sure you use blue jean needles on your machine. I initially used regular needles, was breaking them like crazy, and my wife got me blue jean needles, and I've only broken 2 since then, and I've patched a lot of blue jeans. You need to go slow, and the big thing with going slow is that everything's bunching up a lot as you do it, so you need to keep the cloth separated, and that's to ensure you don't sew the wrong things together. I've done that numerous times where I'll saw you on a leg and get it bunched up, and I'll sew the wrong things together and have to rip it back out. You want to use a machine with a removable extension table, and this is the extension table for the bottom of the machine. And you gotta, if you don't have that, you really can't sew blue jeans. It makes that the bottom smaller so you can bunch the blue jeans up on it. And then on small patches you're going to put on, you may want to go ahead and hem them, sew the edges up and hem them before you go to put them on, because when they're so small it's hard to get new needles on and sew it and everything, and I'll show you that too. In fact, here's a patch that I already hemmed, so it's already been hemmed. And like if you have a small hole like this, you can take that patch, and this one you could just hold in position and sew it on. That's one case where you probably wouldn't need to use a straight pin to hold them on there. And then this is a pair of blue jeans that I'll eventually patch. See the knees ripped out. I cut this patch out to cover this small hole here, and then along the leg of the blue jeans. And it's also some thin areas. I'll cut out patches to cover up thin areas to make the jeans last longer. Okay, this one here, I pinned this patch on. You can see I put 6 straight pins in there. And there, in fact, I put a small patch over a hole in this one. There's 6 straight pins. I fold the edges over, and then I'll sew it so it'll hem up the edges and you won't get frayed on your patches or anything. Here's a pair of jeans. All those jeans I've shown you are my brother's. They're 34-36. I patch these on here. I patch from the top and the bottom. I go as far as I can from the top. I go patch along the top, and then as far as I can on the side, and then I come back and go at the bottom and come back up the side, and I'm able to do this without ripping out any seams or anything. Here's a few jeans I patched. Here's a pair of my jeans I patched. I had done the knees a while ago, and then the back ripped out, and I had never done this before. A lot of times I just cut them up. I thought, well, I'm going to try this. Well, there's a whole rip across the back of these jeans. Put this big old patch. And I've worn these numerous times, and the patch works very well.
Very well.
Here's a pair of corduroy jeans, or corduroy pants. They're warm. I use them to cut wood. I like them. When I got my chainsaw into my knee and cut it open, and I'll say I still burned a tank of gas out of the chainsaw, but my knee was still working okay, and I didn't need stitches. It healed up just fine. It looked pretty rough, but it was fine. And here's something else I tried just for entertaining purposes. I cut these when I was putting wood in the wood stove, my underwear, and I patched the patch where I ripped those, and they work out just fine. Alright, now I have it set up here on the machine. I'll show you a little bit how I sew. This is another 34-36 long pair of jeans with narrow legs. So you see I have it all bunched up on there. My extension table goes normally right here. It's removed, so it makes that area small to get it patched up on there. I keep my hand up underneath here. Here we go, we're going to take off sewing. You got to be careful, things are thick, so you just take it easy. Go underneath, make sure you keep everything straight. As you can see, the machine will just pull it right along. Big thing, it just keeps wanting to try and bunch up under there. Go just a little further here. Okay, now get under my needle, or my pin I mean. Pull my pin out of there. Keep everything separate underneath. There we go again. As you can see, it really bunches up, so it makes that a little bit tough, but the machine will really pull through some stuff. It bunches up underneath. It really wants to bunch up, but I just keep pulling it apart. I'm trying to get all the way down where I've sewn before. There you go. Got down to where I've sewn up some from the bottom. Go just a little bit more. And now I'll just back her up a little bit. Finish up my sew. There, that finishes up. Now I'm ready to pull it out of the machine. And there are some pointers of how I patch blue jeans. Hopefully you learned something by this. I appreciate you watching, and thanks a lot.